What's up, everyone? Welcome back again to your Heroclix headquarters. So today, to celebrate the release of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, what better time than now to talk about the top 5 Falcons in Heroclix. So of course we're going to be talking about regular Falcon, no Captain America Falcons today. But without further ado, let's get to the list. Alright, so coming in at number 5 for Falcon here, we have this one, came in an OP kit not that long ago. I remember him coming out around the time of the last rules change in like 2017 or so. Yeah, he looks pretty cool. Anyway, so this is his card. He doesn't really do a whole lot, but he does have a special damage power that says he can use leadership, and when he does and succeeds, you can choose empower or enhancement, and he can use that power till your next turn. So pretty nice. Just cheap little 50 points for, charge, precision strike, toughness, and leadership. Not bad. I remember right when the rules changed, this guy came out like right after that, and I was like, oh wow, he could like totally carry a light object and hit for 4 damage for 50 points. He's so awesome, whatever. And he has precision strike, yeah. I don't know why. I was just really excited about this guy in particular. He's still really fun for 50 points for cheap leadership, and the potential to give some empower or enhancement on top of that is pretty nice. Another boost now from the new rules changes is that he doesn't have to push anymore, so that's pretty awesome. So yeah, just a nice cheap version, and does some nice little fun things. So that's why he's coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 for me, for Falcon, is this one here from the Captain America versus Iron Man Civil War movie set. It was pretty awesome. I love the sculpt on this one. And yeah, so this guy comes in at 85 points. He has the optional 5-point trait where he can get shape change, but only for range attacks. So that's pretty nice. Totally worth the 5 points. Usually comes in handy. He has this fun trait that gives him probability control, but only for his own attacks. And whenever he targets a character with tiny size, they get -1 defense. I think that's really awesome. That's basically right out of the Ant-Man movie that he could still target him. The Avengers Initiative team ability there is great to have. And yeah, he starts with an 11 movement with running shot, 10 attack, 17 toughness, and 3 damage, and a 5 range double target. So pretty nice range attacker there, since he can see through stealth and he can prob his own rolls. I think it's some charge there, and some exploit and combat reflexes, and a little bit of sidestep even. So pretty nice, and I like him a lot. So he's coming in at number 4. And coming in at number 3, this one looks pretty familiar. Same sculpt and everything, same set, Civil War. This is from the starter set, however. Now this one also has the optional 5-point trait where he can use shape change from ranged attacks. And nothing else really special about him. The main reason I like this one is he's either 95 or 45 points. So for 95 or 100 points if you pay for his trait, he's got a 10 movement with running shot, 10 attack, 17 energy shield, and 3 damage with perplex. Now the reason I like this one a little bit more than the last one, very similar opening, stats and powers. Still has the Avengers Initiative team ability, which is awesome. 6 range double target, gives him a little bit more reach, and he starts with perplex, which means he can help out the whole team a little bit more rather than just having prob for himself only. But also, we click him down here to his 45-point line. For only 45 points, running shot with a 10 attack, 3 damage that can see through stealth is really awesome. He also has some enhancement there. One thing I like to do is use him to carry around somebody like Hawkeye that could copy Avengers Initiative and make use of the enhancement, and then, running shot him in there on some stealthy people. Pretty nice for the 45 or 50 points. And now he does drop to an 8 attack there on the last click, but honestly, if you're playing him at 45, he probably won't survive more than 1 hit anyway, and I wouldn't really plan on him surviving more than 1 hit. But he can do a lot for the points. On either point value, I think he's pretty decent, so that's why he's coming in at number 3. Now coming in at number 2 on my list here is Falcon. Again, this sculpt looks familiar, huh? Same sculpt as our number 5 pick. This one is coming from the old Avengers Assemble set. Avengers team ability, and a nice 12 movement there with that special that we're going to look at here in just a second. All right, so he starts with this special movement power that says when Falcon has no action tokens, you may be given a move action as a free action, but he can't use the carry ability during that move action. And when he does, he can use Close Combat Expert this turn. So that's pretty awesome. A 12 movement free move action as long as he doesn't carry anybody, and then he can use Close Combat Expert for the turn is very awesome, especially now that the Avengers team ability gives you +1 to your movement whenever you're moving. Means he can move 13 squares and then hit somebody with Close Combat Expert, which doesn't give you the options anymore of choosing, +1 attack or +1 damage or +2 to either of them. It just gives you +1 attack and damage now with the new rules, but still that's going to be pretty useful. A special defense power that says give Falcon a free action and choose combat reflexes or energy shield deflection. Falcon can use the chosen power until he chooses again, and when targeted by a ranged attack, he can use super senses. So pick a power on defense powers for combat reflexes and energy shield anyway. I like to pick energy shield like turn 1 just so he doesn't get shot, and then after you've moved up on somebody, choose combat reflexes so he can have either combat reflexes up close and then still have super senses for range is really awesome. And we'll just take a quick look through him there. So like I said, he starts with that 12 movement, which is going to be a 13 to run up on somebody and hit them with an 11 attack, 3 damage. Ooh, and again, you could actually grab a light object on the way now that you can, pick up light objects. Anybody can pick up light objects without super strength. So you could hit somebody for 4 damage still, now that you don't really have to worry about the fact that, taking an object action and Close Combat Expert don't go together, but they do now. They do work together now, so that's going to be awesome. 11 attack, 4 damage from 13 squares away. Pretty awesome damage potential there. And then you get some Quake, you get some regular charge and some Perplex and some willpower. And yeah, pretty long dial too for only 75 points. Definitely still one of my favorite Falcons, obviously. That's why he's coming in at number 2. All right, as always, before we get to our number 1 pick, we're going to quickly go over some honorable mentions. So to start with, over here, we have the old peanut base Falcon with the removable red wing. I actually don't want to take him off right now. But yeah, he comes off and you can place him on the map. So he starts off with an 11 movement with charge, 10 attack, 3 damage, and 16 with combat reflexes. And just take a quick look. You get some energy shield, some Quake, yada yada, a little willpower. And yeah. So he's not super amazing or anything anymore, but this was one of my favorite Falcons back in the day. 79 points. One of the really cool things he does is that he starts the game with the Red Wing attached, and if Red Wing is attached, he can use Super Senses, and then if Falcon's KO'd, you remove Red Wing from the map, and then you can give him a power action to, like I said, place that Red Wing adjacent, and then he becomes a bystander as described on this card, so he can move around and do stuff. And then Patriotic Duo, when a friendly character named Captain America is adjacent to Falcon, they both modify their attack +1, if not already modified by this effect. So that's really awesome because he is a 2x2 base and he can just carry around to Captain America and get +1 to their attack. Yeah, so there you got 10 movement charge with flight. This is before they had tiny size, so I'm pretty sure Red Wing could actually carry somebody around. So that's pretty nice. 9 attack, 2 damage. Nothing too special. I'd almost like to just leave him on there to give him the super senses to keep him more protected, but having an extra character to fly around and attack people with is helpful. So he's really fun to use. Another one is actually probably my favorite sculpt of a Falcon. I just really like the see-through wings on this one, and it's kind of hard to tell, but he actually has a dark blue base as opposed to a black base because he was on Captain America's side in Civil War, because this is from the Civil War event set. But he has the Winged Marvel trait that says he can use super senses but only from range attacks. Another special movement power that says Falcon can use charge, but when he uses charge, he automatically breaks away, and he may choose that his attack generates knockback. 70 points, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So not too bad. He starts with 11 movement with that charge special, a 10 attack with Quake, so You know, you can choose that your attack generates knockback, or you can just knock them back with Quake anyway. Some willpower, 3 damage, pretty average Falcon stuff. Of course, they all have flight. I think I've been forgetting to mention that, but it's Falcon. That's kind of his thing. And then, yeah, it's kind of whatever. And nice that he has the automatic breakaway for the charge is helpful. But yeah, otherwise, just a decent Falcon. Now these other two are from the Winter Soldier movie set, Captain America Winter Soldier. So the main reason they don't make my list is purely for the lack of any good keywords. This one here, 75 points, has the shield team ability. He does have the shield keyword, actually. So it's nice that this one has shield keyword at least, and he does have a trait that says when Falcon is adjacent to a friendly character named Captain America, both characters modify their defense by +1. So similar to the peanut-based one, except for defense this time. He has sidestep and charge, which is a really awesome special movement power to have. He also has the transporter symbol. You might notice that black circle behind the flight symbol. That gives him the transporter ability, which gives them carry. I mean, he already has carry from the flight ability, but and then it also gives them hypersonic speed, but with a -2 to their attack. So the fact that he has charge and hypersonic to start with, essentially, and then he has sidestep, charge, and hypersonic later is pretty awesome. He has energy shield deflection and super senses, but only against range attacks, so really good against range attacks, not very defended against close attacks. Shield team ability is always nice. And, pretty much the same stats we've seen on most of these Falcons. 10 movement charge, 10 attack, 3 damage, 17 defense. Pretty average stats for most Falcons. Then, they do drop kind of there. And yeah, so he's pretty good. I almost put him on my list, but there's just a few better ones. And this one's actually really good. The 105 points is a little expensive, however, and the fact that he doesn't even have shield keyword or anything, only soldier and spy. But the main reason I really like this one is because it says Falcon's attack value is not modified by the move and attack ability. So that means he has hypersonic his whole dial, because he also has move and attack ability like the last one. And then he has energy shield deflection and toughness, which is nice. I like the fact that he has toughness and ESD. And then another special damage power that says give Falcon a free action and choose one, empower or enhancement or sidestep. Falcon and friendly characters named Captain America that are adjacent when this action begins can use the chosen power till your next turn. So that's really cool. If you use Captain America and him, they can both get enhancement or both get empower or both get sidestep. Very good options there. And yeah, just the fact that he has that hypersonic essentially for his whole dial is really awesome. Plus he starts off with an 11 movement running shot and 10 attack with energy explosion with a 6 range double target, 17 defense with that defense special, 3 damage. And yeah, he does drop pretty harshly there in the middle to an 8 attack. And then he kind of bumps back up to some charge quake stuff there at the end. Honestly, the fact that now we can play generic themes and still get theme team prop control does make me like these two a little bit better. But while we're in honorable mentions, I just want to also quickly throw out this guy right here, Red Wing from the Civil War movie set. I love this little bird, dude. And we're never going to do a top 5 Red Wing, so it's my #1 pick for Red Wing as far as actual figures go. Because he has a special attack power that gives him unique modifier, give Red Wing a free action and choose an opposing character within 4 squares in line of fire, modify a chosen character's defense value by -1. And then he's got some sidestep and toughness. He's only 20 points, has Avengers keyword, and has the Avengers Initiative team ability. So I just love to throw this guy on a team with a bunch of wild cards to copy that Avengers Initiative team ability. 10 movement with a sidestep, 0 attack and damage. He's really just good for -1ing somebody's defense every turn. But tiny size and toughness does give him a little bit of survivability, even though he's only got like 3 clicks of life in him. But yeah, he's just a lot of fun. So anyway, that's going to do it for the honorable mentions. Without any further ado, let's get to our #1 Falcon. All right, and flying in at #1, we have the Prime Falcon, if you hadn't already guessed it. Now, I will say that the new rules didn't do him any favors. Before the new rules, this dude was way far and away the best Falcon, and after the new rules, all the other Falcons got enough of an update to make them almost as good as this one. But you'll see here, he looks pretty awesome. This is one of my favorite Falcon sculpts. Just, you know, way more epic flying pose. 75 points, of course. So to start with, he does have improved movement for characters, which is really awesome. He can just fly through characters and not have to worry about stopping or breaking away or anything. He starts with a trait that says, at the beginning of the game, generate a Red Wing bystander, and Red Wing has autonomous. Now, he has a trait that gives Red Wing autonomous, so if he were to die, you would still have Red Wing, but Red Wing would no longer be autonomous if he wasn't on the board. But then he also has another trait that says energy shield deflection. If a friendly character named Captain America is on the map, Falcon has autonomous. So that's really cool. You get an autonomous bystander, and if you play him with any Captain America, he also gets autonomous, which is really awesome. And then, see, his special damage power gives him close combat expert as close. Now, obviously, this could use some errata. I feel like this could literally just be regular close combat expert now. It's actually kind of worse than regular close combat expert with the new rules. But oh well, honestly, I hope they just errata it to be either regular close combat expert or maybe give it some other type of boost, like close combat expert with an additional +1 to attack would be nice. Something simple like that, just to make it still kind of relevant. Rather than just being standard power. But anyway, here's the Red Wing token. Flight with 9 movement hypersonic, 9 attack precision strike, 16 super senses, and 1 damage, and also tiny size. There's a trait here that says once per game when Red Wing would be KO'd. Instead it isn't. Protected pulse wave. That used to be nice because you could like push it once and not have to worry about it killing itself. But now that pushing damage isn't a thing, that's actually a big boost to Red Wing. He can go twice and, you know, not have to worry about using up that trait. But then he has another really awesome special trait here that says at the beginning of your turn, roll a d6 on a 4 through 6, remove an action token from a friendly adjacent character named Falcon or Captain America. So essentially super leadership there for this Falcon or any other Falcon you might have, and any Captain Americas as well. So definitely almost always want to play this Falcon with a Captain America to capitalize on all of those special abilities. Pretty solid dial, 12 movement with charge, 10 attack with quake, 18 with super senses, and 3 damage with that close combat expert special. So yeah, like I said, being able to charge 12 squares and hit with close combat expert was really nice. Now the fact that it's as a close action is actually worse, because if they just gave him regular close combat expert, he could like carry a light object, like I said with my number 2, and actually be able to hit for 5 with an 11 attack, which would be pretty nuts. So we'll have to see. Hopefully soon they'll give him some type of errata, but anyway, the fact that he starts with an 18 defense is actually really nice. If you've looked at every other Falcon, they always start with a 17. So that 1 extra is helpful, and energy shield and regular super senses is nice. He usually just gets super senses from range. And yeah, just your average 75 points, nothing too crazy. But really just the fact that, you know, he can be autonomous. You get an autonomous bystander that has hypersonic and precision strike and super leadership to take tokens off of him or Captain America. And then if you play a Captain America, he's autonomous. Just lots of really cool things. Oh, and of course the fact that he ignores characters can come in handy quite often. So for all those reasons, he's coming in at number 1. Alright, so that's going to do it for this top 5 list. As always, let me know in the comments who your favorite Falcon figures are, and feel free to nominate a character for a future top 5 list while you're there. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos like this one. And if you guys would like to help support the channel even more, there's links in the description for the Patreon. Make sure to check that out. You can see your name here in the credits, as well as some other awesome bonuses, so make sure you check that out. And until next time, thanks again so much for watching. This has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.